How long have you been doing your show for? Like, it's like at least a decade, right?
Yeah, our chat show is like 15 years old. So
Wow.
15 years old.
That's cool, man.
Wow.
yeah,
That's a
OG podcast.
high school
10,000 hours. I Malcolm Gladwelled it, and now
Yeah.
I'm the Beatles.
For
I keep seeing you and screaming. The Beatles.
I am not the funny one though. So.
The Beatles. Okay. All right. That's it. That's the show then. You have a list for us?
Yeah, I got a list for us.
Fuck it. Fucking, it's dumb. Dance.
We're starting. Jordan, can you hear this?
I cannot anymore. I could. A close second.
Hear that?
There it is.
Yeah. It's Quorators. We're back for another week. The famous Quora podcast that asks, what is Quora? Also, we're on crack.com, home of the fact. Get a fact. I'm Alex. This is Jeremy. Hello.
Jeremy, how's it going?
We're here every week. It's not exciting. We're here. But you know who is exciting? Is this great guest we have.
Yeah, Mr. Jordan Morris. Jordan, how are you?
Hi, I'm excited that you think I'm exciting. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. I hope the audience is excited. Let's Quora.
That's what we say. Yeah.
That's what you guys are always saying that, right?
That's our big catchphrase.
I'm feeling the excitement in the chat right now. Chat is going wild. It's a positive feedback loop going. Everyone's hair.
That's why we do what we do. So
Yeah.
the chat goes wild, right?
Yeah.
It's a libidinal thrill having you here on our Quora content podcast.
Cool. What's libidinal?
We can't talk about that right now. Not until the advertising first 3 minutes on YouTube has passed. Before we get into the show, we're going to read Quoras the whole time. If you're watching for the first time, that's all that's about to happen
Jordan,
here.
have you been on Quora before? Have you been on this website?
I'm a fairly new listener to your show and wanted to ask this. Have you covered the link between Quora and Yahoo Answers? It seems like since Yahoo Answers went away, Quora has kind of like filled that power vacuum for the world's dumbest people to ask the most insane things.
Yeah, I do think that it has picked up the torch for Yahoo Answers. We've avoided a little bit just because we were sick of people accusing us of stealing the McElroy brothers' souls and doing their podcast.
We're pretending that we're brothers.
Yeah, we're sick of people pretending we're brothers.
We both have our own siblings.
It's so true.
And we couldn't be farther from brothers. We're just two guys.
And there's only two of you. There's three of them.
Who knows?
There's tons of
inflation,
of
there could be 5 by now.
What? It now takes 3 brothers to cover the cost of 2 guys.
Thanks a lot, Biden.
The plan is working. Trust the plan. Yeah, we haven't delved too much into the Yahoo Answers mystery, as I think just the premise of our show forbids learning anything during the 90-minute or so course of program we run.
Sure, yeah. We refuse to learn.
I've forgotten things I knew last year.
I feel like I run across a Quora when I'm like searching for, like, if I've half remembered a Sega Genesis game from my youth and can kind of describe the main character, and I like Google that, that's when I get a Quora.
I just realized that we never started recording this Zoom meeting, so we're gonna not have Jordan's face for the first 3 minutes of it.
Oh, nice!
Do you want to just start over? Or do you want to just go from one?
It's fine. I'm gonna find so many good still photos of you to plug in.
It'll be sick, dude. Send us your favorite pictures of yourself. Thumbs up.
Just get a stock photo of a kid reading at a community college.
Do you have a wedding photo I can use? Just you on your happiest day.
Yeah, just me dressed as a Ghostbuster during Halloween when I was 10.
There he is. He's live on the show.
All right. Well, every week we read a Quora that we wrote last week, and this week we have no answers on ours, which is very sad. But the question was, what cycle of the moon is best to go out and pick up witches? That was our big Halloween episode.
Damn.
And no one wanted to. Everyone was too scared to answer.
Too afraid, America and India mostly. It seems like.
I mean, it's got to be a waxing moon, right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Sure.
I think that makes sense.
Crescent.
Blue.
What's a blood moon?
I've lain with a witch or two in my day, and it is always
Okay.
during the waxing moon.
Oh, well, there you go.
You bros know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, dude.
Witches love the moon.
Getting a hex on that dick.
Having hex with a fine young woman.
Oh, that's fun. That's better than mine.
I thought of that just now.
It's really good.
I'm just reading from a Google Doc.
Put that on a t-shirt.
What about the blood moon?
The blood moon?
So I feel conflict around the blood moon in terms of
Right.
Is that a real thing?
dating culture, because I feel like the blood red farmer's moon, whatever it's called, is both a very spooky moon, but also would make me think of a period more than any other moon.
Right.
Sure.
And so maybe that's actually the worst moon to be moon cruising.
I'm dumb. I looked. I was like, is blood moon a thing outside of the Zelda games? And it is.
I was just gonna say,
They made that
there's
real?
no time to fuck when all the enemies come back to life.
That's right.
I don't have time for sex. I have to kill all these moblins that I've killed
Yeah.
before.
All your exes return.
I'm working with
Oh, yeah.
children here. I always think everything's
Oh, that's-
Zelda all the damn time.
Oh man, that's got to be in the new Scott Pilgrim show.
Oh no!
Throw it
I
in
just
there.
Remember they're making a show. We have to move on. So no one answered our question this week.
No.
We will say,
bummer.
just because people have been breaking this rule more than usual,
Yes.
if you must answer one of our questions, please use the code word scrambled eggs. And this
Yeah.
way we will know you came from the podcast
Yeah.
and are not an organic Quora
We
user
won't
that
read
way.
your answer and call you an idiot.
Yeah, we won't
and then
read
feel
where
bad.
you live and work into a microphone and send people to harass you.
Which is our main source of comedy.
It's really all we do here.
Okay, this is our first segment. It's animal questions. It's Quora God Wild. Hit slam that sound effect. Jordan, we have sound effects that you probably cannot hear.
I've heard the show. I can kind of imagine the sound effects that you're going to be dropping in later.
What do you think I'm playing right now?
Oh man, it's gotta be the
was a-
first couple of seconds of the Cops theme song, "Bad Boys."
I wish it was.
It's close. I'm too afraid of being sued by the police.
They'll come after you for
Yeah,
that.
they wrote that song.
It was a tiger roaring.
Okay, good choice.
Now you're
Great
plugged
choice.
in on the sound,
Now you
everybody.
know
One
the
of our-
headspace to be.
I like
you.
explaining
Yes,
to the
one of our-
listener who did hear it to Jordan who can't hear it.
One of our sleekest animals, the tiger. Beautiful.
Okay.
Wonderful.
This first question is, what happens if a lizard crawls on the left ankle of a woman?
Ah!
I don't know why
Great
it
question.
specifies left ankle.
First of all, that's a violation.
Sure.
Every woman needs both ankles free. Yes,
This
me.
this does sound like some sort of Wiccan superstition.
Yeah.
Like if the beast with cold blood is on the left ankle, you see,
you might be a Wiccan.
then you might be a Wiccan. If the cold-blooded creature crawls on your right ankle, you might be a Wiccan.
Bow, 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 bow.
You might be a Sasquatch.
Yeah, I see the Masonic code hidden in the question.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
The left ankle and
Left
signifying the destroyer's tools. Yeah, ladies hate it when they got a lizard down there. Honestly, no cap, no
Tell me about it.
lies.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she's probably kicking that thing off.
I think that's what I would do.
Probably canning
Shaking my
that
leg.
thing into the balcony. Good Lord, these Florida women.
Yeah, that is where it would happen.
Hey, we're all guys on this call. You bros like the left ankle or the right ankle?
This is the direction our show goes in fairly regularly. I gotta say. We look at the numbers at the end. We're like, how are there only 0.3% women listeners? I don't feel like that should be happening. Cut to
This
which
is a
ankle is
safe space
sexiest
to talk about the hottest ankle.
But it is the right ankle.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have a hard opinion on that.
It's favored by the stronger leg, the sexy right ankle.
Hell yeah, bro.
We're
Hell
here
yeah.
live on 1920s radio, asking fellas their preferred gam. I think this one had a funny answer, if I recall.
Yes.
Okay.
This is from Terrence Riley, who's a former Scripps Mercy radiological team trauma at medicine and healthcare.
Oh, a
Very
hero.
specific job.
He knows what he's talking about.
Terrence says she'll probably shoo it away. What do you think she would do? Besides, why are you asking about a female anyway? Do you not talk to the opposite sex ever? Do you not know how to respectfully ask a woman if you could have her permission for you to ask her a question? Probably not. You, sir, are not honorable, obviously. Not a good question. Next. Take care, be well, stay blessed, and stay healthy.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
Terrence out for blood today.
And then he put his name
my
at the
God.
end. He signed off.
Killing spree.
I gave it his second upvote.
Yeah, give it as many upvotes as you can. We're here to
This
back
guy's like,
Terrence.
I saw the Barbie movie opening weekend, and I loved it.
How dare
know,
you
dude.
come in here?
Oh, man. They are going to shoo it away, though.
He's
They
the
will
guy
shoo it
from
away.
that video where the guy's like yelling at the trumpet player in New York.
I don't think I've seen
This
that
is
one.
my favorite reference ever. Where it's just like, how dare you? How dare you come up to Quora and ask this question? I don't know if anyone knows that reference from 10 years
I know,
ago.
but it sounds funny.
It
Look it
sounds
up.
funny when you say it. I haven't seen the video. I have such an active imagination. I could just imagine this happening. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, he was like a viral meme for like a minute. He's like a very short guy and he's yelling at a trumpet player and he's like very Jewish. And then the Safdie brothers put him in a movie because they're like, we got to get this guy.
He's a star.
Yeah.
We got him. We got Chocolate Rain.
We got the Numa Numa guy. And he's amazing, so powerful.
Yeah, he does like a really dark turn in the new Safdie's movie. The
Right.
Numa Numa
You
guy.
thought you knew the Numa Numa guy?
You thought you
you
knew
didn't.
Manuma, him.
Yeah.
This is when the Safdies were directing the Weezer's Pork and Beans music video,
Right.
as all cinemaphiles remember.
Oh, man.
Have you seen that video of the guy, of the like very New Yorky guy petting the cat in the bodega, and he's like, "It takes a pet like no problem."
Yes. That's
That's the video I'm always describing to people, and they're like, "Never seen it. Sounds funny."
He's like so impressed with the cat.
I can imagine.
It's a good cat.
Takes a pet like no problem.
New York City, the home of internet meme people.
Check out memes. Ring
Look
that
up
bell on memes.
Google memes. You'll love them.
I mean, New York, the pizza, the culture, the
That's right.
memes, just walking around. In LA, you're in your car. You're not running into memes on the street.
There's Robert De Niro. He's doing Groiper.
There it is. I love to run into Pizza Rat.
Okay, I feel
UCB zone.
are we exploring more answers on this lizard question? I feel like we've kind of.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
What else could you say?
yeah, most people were just like, I don't know, she'll kick
All
it.
right, get rid of it. It's not gonna keep the lizard.
All right, well, that's enough of Terrence's answers.
That's enough.
All right, I found this quora that's kind of disgusting, but it's that's kind of what the show is. So it is. Could you hypothetically use a tapeworm as a sausage casing?
Oh my lord.
I'm like disturbed that someone came up
Hypothetically.
with this. Yeah. I've got a bunch of them.
So this is more of like a mad scientist style.
Sure.
This
yeah.
is the human centipede guy, and as he's just waking up and he's warming up for the day.
Yeah, he's doing his daily like what is it when you like just write for a page or whatever?
Yeah, he's brainstorm.
Yes. He's the guy from Human Centipede is doing the artist's way.
Yes.
Daily pages.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I mean, maybe it's a thing where the Human Centipede guy is just like really into home cooking now. Like he's that guy who just got an air fryer or just got is just starting to sous vide, and he's like, oh yeah, and that's all he talks about.
I'm imagining you're getting the tapeworm casing sausage from the human centipede guy, and he's giving it to you, and he's like, feed her. I realize it's the one quote you can do from that guy. It's not horrifically offensive.
This is so nasty.
Yeah. But I feel like they have a good permeable skin you could really use. Sausage is already nasty. It's a thing everyone
Sure.
just looks
Sure.
past.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's
You're
an
right.
abomination food that
You're
you
not
just
wrong.
put in your stupid sandwich. So I think tapeworms are fine. Let's get on them. Tapeworms
Do
and
it.
sausages now.
You're allowed. Alex says it's okay.
I demand it.
Alex's parents are doctors.
Go
It's
out.
Cool.
Isn't that based?
the first. Sorry, what's up, Jordan?
Oh, I was gonna say it's the like idea that the tapeworm would eat the sausage and fill itself up, and then it will become a sausage, or do you have to fill it yourself?
Oh, that is
really
not,
good question.
That is not my interpretation.
Thank
My
you.
interpretation is like, could you use a tapeworm's skin?
Yeah.
Like
That's
an animal
more
skin.
clever, though. That at least makes sense as to like why you'd want to. You get the tapeworm to do it for you.
To make a happy little worm.
Yeah, maybe you don't. The filling part is the part that annoys you about home sausage making.
Right.
You're like, well, what if there was a casing that would fill itself?
Yeah.
We're a worm positive snack company that puts worms first.
We're started by a couple of guys who thought maybe there's a better way. Just a couple of brothers.
It's the same as the oat milk packaging.
No, we can't say couple
Right.
of brothers. It's against the rules for
Oh,
us.
right.
There are no brothers
Michael.
here.
Date-
Sorry.
We're gonna post this on the Max Fun Reddit because we have you on, and they're gonna yell at us, Jordan. They're gonna say we're not.
This is all an
brothers.
elaborate plot to get you guys doxxed.
It's so easy. We've
We
done it
do
before.
it to ourselves.
It's so easy to dox yourself by accident.
Hey, remember that the coffee shop next door? You want to say the name and address of that before we start reading?
We've done it. I was gonna say the top comment on this is someone saying no, this is very dangerous, and then I can't read the rest really because it is locked behind Quora Plus's
That is
paywall.
a premium answer. You are not allowed to know why it's dangerous.
I mean, I respect your guys's like. I respect the fact that you refuse to pay for Quora Plus.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Imagine the insanity that's behind the Quora Plus, though. I mean, if this is the stuff on the free site, what are the dedicated Quora freaks paying to post?
I wonder if it's the opposite though, because I feel like with this one, I feel like they've hidden the only sane answer where someone's like, you really should not do that, and then they've been like shushed away, and they're like, all right, bring this guy out here, and he's like, yeah, I don't know, tapeworm, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, do it.
Who cares?
Try it. Put it in your mouth.
Also, this is kind of great timing. I know that now that the WGA strike is over, I can talk about the fact that I am doing a pilot for Quora Plus.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
It's
What a
a
fresh
limited
IP.
series about a tapeworm who feels trapped between two worlds.
Sweet. So it's animated, adult animated.
Yeah, but it's like more of like a BoJack thing, to where
Cool.
like he's
Sure.
depressed and like anxiety, depression, feeling
Finally.
out of place.
It's a tapeworm caught between the world of the fridge and the world of the kitchen. Welcome to Sausage Tapeworm. No, the way I feel about Quora Plus, and I'm glad that you approve of this, as we get a lot of negative pushback on it, is I am taking viewers to the Oblivion Gate. I dare not venture inside.
That's true.
There is nothing good behind the gate.
I wonder how much it is. I don't even know.
My understanding of this, when we've looked into it before,
$7 a month.
this says $7 a month or $50 a year, which is a steal, by the way. But sometimes we click on these, and it seems like you have to subscribe individually for different sub-quoras, which is something I refuse to support.
No.
Man, you can get Peacock for that. Jesus.
Yeah, you could.
Or information from a canceled medicine man. Those are your options.
Yeah, you could have every episode of The New Girl or
The real
someone
COVID
talking
vaccine.
about how to do home amputations.
Real worm knowledge. Okay. Oh, this person wrote a lot.
Sure, this guy says it might be possible, but they are parasites and carry disease.
Oh, wait, can I add that this is written by Kurji with an X, and their certification is Italians Foods.
Yeah. Pretty good. That's a pretty good certification.
You go to school for
Foods
that?
for Italians.
Not Italian food.
It's Italians Foods.
They can eat a lot more than that.
Italians, we could eat all kinds of foods.
My mother loved to feed me the worm.
Oh. Apparently it's yeah, I mean they've just got a bunch of diseases.
Well, the thing about tapeworms is you get them by eating them. So people are like, please don't eat a tapeworm. I never respond to these, but don't do it.
But all of these answers start with like, all right, look, technically, yes, it is possible to do. I do have to say, you can do it.
The FDA has no rules about the specific legislation.
No one can stop you.
This is this? Are we seeing this on hip brunch menus in a year? Are
Yeah,
you going to
absolutely.
brunch and is the waiter like, do you want applewood smoked bacon or tapeworm sausage? Ooh,
A sausage grass fed into a tapeworm.
It's exclusively sold at restaurants that have our story on their website.
yeah. We're just two guys
Ooh.
who wanted to start a restaurant.
Nothing is safe from these guys.
All right, let's go to another question. Okay, this is our romance segment, Quora Romance. Slam that romance theme, Alex.
No.
Thank God.
I just can't do anything right. Okay, this is Quora Romance. These are all of the questions of love and intimacy.
This question is, how normal is it for a husband with a 6-figure salary to yell at his underemployed wife when she asks him to spot her at 20?
Sadly, all too common.
How normal is it?
How normal?
How normal is it?
How normal is that?
It's 5 normal.
Do you guys think this is being asked by the husband or the wife or a third party?
This sounds to me like underemployed wife is like, I'm taking this one to the internet. I want $20.
How in are people still asking to get spotted at 20 in this cashless society of ours? I don't know. Maybe I'm coming at this from the perspective of a coastal elite, but how often are you asking just for a 20?
Yeah, if you're a wife, you got to move to Apple Pay.
You gotta, yeah.
Go ahead
If you're an underemployed wife, you gotta go get a Venmo.
Yeah.
Double
zealot.
tap the side of your phone and steal your husband's money. It's really the only way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's getting chewed out for this one, folks.
The question
boy.
isn't what should be done, though. It's just, is it normal?
And it's not about her being underemployed or whatever people are going to talk about in this. It's about, should I get yelled out? Respond in the comments.
There's people who have really written like fucking novels under this one. This is really
Jesus.
brought out. I can't find one that's
believe it.
more than like 10,000 words.
Is it normal?
Andrea Teal says, does this situation feel familiar? Familiar comes from the same root of family. We create the same patterns over and over again because we get an energetic change from it. I would venture to say that you felt this way when you were a child, out of control, dominated by a male figure, and they just keep going on.
Oh, baby!
They start defining words.
Right. When you're going back to the Latin root of things, maybe you're putting too much thought into your internet comment.
Well, here's something weird. Someone said, it is normal but not acceptable. And then he says, Quora doesn't think my answer is long enough. So much for brevity being the soul of wit. Seriously, though, plenty of guys do nasty and ridiculous things so they seem normal. But is his behavior acceptable to you? How will you feel when your daughter watches this happen, but a few times worse? So I guess Quora was like, you got to put more in there.
When they say Quora doesn't think my answer is long enough, did they receive an email?
I imagine it said like, hey, you got to write more. if you're
Expand
gonna
on your
answer.
ideas.
This is an important question. You really need to answer it.
This is not a mandatory class, but it is a important class.
Quora has suggestions. Try going back to the Latin root of some words.
Double space your answer.
Make the periods bigger.
Include a lot of weird personal details.
What's that?
That guy had a list of people I would avoid marrying. Is
Number
that for
one,
this question?
people who yell and get angry easily. Number two,
Yeah.
people who have excuses for their behavior and don't take responsibility for it. Number three, people who can't apologize. These are all decent things to.
Number one on my people to avoid marrying would be like serial killers.
Right.
The
Well,
mummy.
hey, if they don't yell, the mummy's dangerous. You should've-
I married the mummy.
But if you can get yourself a mummy with a 6-figure salary,
Yeah, that's true. Then you're eating good.
especially while I'm
Yeah.
underemployed.
You're at fine restaurants running away, screaming with your hands over your head.
like I'll get groaned at a little bit if it means the mummy's making 6 figures.
Don't groan at me at Versace.
Now that's a sitcom. The mummy
Yeah.
at an office job. The strike's over. Let's pitch it.
Over. We're back.
Although I guess it depends on where the mummy lives. Like, 6 figures,
It's true.
Oh
He
yeah,
doesn't
in a
go
big
that
city.
far in a big city, but
You moved.
That's
to,
conflict.
I don't know, Nebraska or something.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're the mayor of the town.
just
now.
outside Vegas, that mummy could get a 6-bedroom place.
He keeps gambling it away.
This actually goes into my other show I'm pitching, Mayor Mummy. This mummy makes 6 figures.
I mean, is that the goal for Quora Plus to start turning these things into shows? Do they technically own it?
I bet they do. I bet like we all sign something that's like, or agree, check off some box when you make an account that's like Quora owns the rights to all of your questions.
This is why the AMPTP was so confident going into the strike. It was just like, we have a backup. We do not need you guys.
If you ask who could win the fight, Goku versus Master Chief, they can make that show legally.
I have 10 computers that have finished it.
There's some Rick and Morty writer who is writing the sausage tapeworm pilot now.
Yeah, absolutely. Good for them.
Good for you. Check out Katie Delaney's sausage tapeworm.
Yeah, in between doing all of the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
All right, let's read.
Once I'm done writing the Kang Dynasty, I can get to that tapeworm thing.
It pays such good money to be on Quora Plus.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a very good, Alex. You're already preparing a sound.
Don't worry about what I'm doing. You worry about reading the Quora.
All right, here's a Quora.
I'm doing my job. I do my job.
Question. I'm bored with my wife. What should I do?
Oh, no.
That's right. Mario saying, oh, no.
Well, Mario's never been bored of Peach.
But what does Wario say?
Wait, I just had that one.
Oh, no.
Oh, baby!
There we go. All right.
There you go.
There are no sounds I do not have.
Yeah.
As long as they're one of the 32 sounds. Anyway, so if you're bored with your wife, you gotta throw her away. It's a show for guys.
Yeah.
Boys.
After favorite
Get yourself
ankle.
a girl with a nice thick right ankle. Am I right, boys?
She may have twisted it. She may have turned her ankle.
Oh no.
So the swelling will go down
Oh,
when she
jeez.
ices it and elevates it. But
Yeah.
for now,
It's such a bummer when you think a girl's got a thick ankle, but she really just rolled it running in flip-flops.
Yeah. That's the danger of Instagram, my dude.
Yeah.
These
You
girls
don't
are
know
airbrushing
which
their
ankles are real.
this answer's so fucking long. But the first sentence is, I'm 14, so you probably shouldn't listen to me. But when, hey, we've all been there.
That said, 3,000 more words.
Marriage comes from the Latin word to join.
I was about to say I'm expecting advice from the most divorced people in America, but I was wrong.
I'm reading, it's like so many paragraphs. And then on like paragraph 4, it says, my therapist says that because of Asperger's, I see things like I am always in a pretty garden.
Huh.
It's like, they just like keep going.
Your therapist has a beautiful vocabulary.
Yeah, it's a potent metaphor.
I don't know. They've written a whole story here. But when father comes home from work with a big smile and always begins the evening with going into the kitchen with mom and holding hands and working together on supper while I set the table with mats and cups and bowls and stuff. What does that mean?
Okay.
I think he's saying that, you know, marriage can be beautiful if you stick it out, and obviously there's going to be challenges, but you know, having a committed partner is you know, it can be a beautiful thing.
Yeah, unless you're bored.
The family structure is perfect for raising an autistic Quora user. You need every pillar of the community there.
Alex and I are 2 married men.
That's right, Jeremy.
When we get bored, we just start a podcast.
That's correct.
Yeah,
my advice.
and then your wife will be more horny for you because
Finally.
We've been
ooh, he's got a
finding her all
podcast.
been finding and
Wrap
reading
up that
our wives.
podcast and come fuck me.
That's right.
It
Wrap up
happens.
wrap up reading that HelloFresh ad.
It happens every day. Yeah. No.
Read HelloFresh so you can say hello fresh to your wife.
Hello, Fresh.
Oh yeah, I call my wife Fresh.
If you get bored with your wife, come up with a zippy nickname. See if that fixes anything.
Call her Casper Mattress or BetterHelp.com.
People
Okay,
were just saying,
great.
people were just giving real advice where they're like, try something new. Go on dates again. These are good. Yeah. Go to
Yeah,
a
that's-
music festival.
Good sound advice.
And then someone said, whoever wrote this comment, please marry me.
LOL, but also I'm very lonely. Please marry me.
I'm just 14, but marry me.
It's kind of a dating app for 14-year-olds, really.
A 14-year-old who craves marriage.
Shouldn't exist.
It's the commitment.
Very dangerous dating app for Quora.
I don't think that was that crazy of a question.
No.
It's a helpful romance question.
Well, here's another one. At maximum, for how long do close friends hug?
Yo.
Great question.
At maximum.
Yeah, we're not talking about dap dap.
Sure.
We're not talking about
That'd be a minimum.
what's good, J Dog? Dap dap. What we're talking about is like a heartfelt but when Jesus knew he was getting betrayed, what kind of hug was he getting?
Well, that's not a close friend.
It's the
Right.
closest friend.
Being
It's an
betrayed?
apostle.
Oh yeah. I guess
This would
so.
be like
Okay.
this would be like a 6-minute scene in a like Judd Apatow movie that came out in 2008.
The 6-minute hug, starring Paul Rudd.
I mean, we're bros, but are we bros?
Try to get away from me.
Is Jason Segel gonna hug Paul Rudd for too long?
Whoa, people think. And unrelated, here's a live birth scene. This film is 4 hours long.
Oh, why did I do that? I just accidentally closed an answer.
I'm trying to think about the longest hug I've had. I've had at least a 60-second hug.
60 seconds.
Hell yeah, bro.
Hug.
Hell
60
yeah.
seconds.
I've ever counted.
Oh, no, you
I
ain't
think
been
it
getting
maybe
them good
depends.
then.
Maybe it depends on how long it was since you last saw the person. I'll maybe try
Sure.
and give an honest answer here.
Yeah,
like
yeah, do it.
sometimes it's a like
Please.
you know, you're meeting up for drinks with somebody you see a couple times a month, but then there's like old friend and maybe you're going to want to hug a little longer. I don't know.
I think that's true.
Like, how long do you think, like, Odysseus would hug a beloved captain upon returning to Ithaca's far shores?
At
Is this one of the answers? Or
Yeah, it's an answer.
that's not
It's something
just,
somebody else said.
It's not just Alex's brain.
Okay, well, here's the thing, is I think if you're getting a hug over 10 seconds, it is
Okay.
now a bit. And once it is a bit, it can go for some time.
Sure, fair
Right.
enough. Fair enough. I do think you're right that the longest hugs I've ever given to a friend is after not seeing them for a long time. But I have also never returned to Ithaca.
Yeah, you know
Unless
what?
it was Ithaca, New York.
You come to a beloved captain, and then you're doing the hug, but then you get
Sure.
the hug ends, and you're still like, ah. You know,
Right,
you're
you
holding
thought-
shoulders.
you thought the captain had been dashed upon the rocks, following the siren song.
I thought the siren got you. I thought the
Oh,
Cyclops
dude.
used you to brush his teeth. But here I have you now in my loving arms.
You know what I'm
Coming
realizing?
soon to theaters, Judd Apatow's The Odyssey. Bro, I thought you got dashed on the rocks.
We have the most movie pitches per minute, I think, this episode we have ever had.
We have a whole streaming service right here just getting randomly generated.
Yeah, I mean, they've got ChatGPT on Quora now. It's a real bummer.
And they throw it at
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, the ChatGPT has answered this and gives a terrible answer. It says there's no specific time limit for how long close friends may hug. Who cares? Give me a number.
Why would I want ChatGPT to answer this? I'm looking for a hug professional.
I don't need ChatGPT to be like, I don't know.
I have no arms.
Why would you type this?
That's our job.
Love is a foreign concept to a machine such as I. Thanks, ChatGPT.
Anyway, this person, Krista Neal, whose job is 19 years of experience, did
got-
give an answer 6 years ago.
Wait, her job is just her experience,
Yeah.
but not at what?
19 years.
19 years of experience at hugs. Coming in for big ones.
And she's got answers for us.
Yup.
She says if it's a friendly hug as to say hello, 3 seconds. If they gave you a present, 5 seconds at most. Celebration hug, like they accomplished something big, around 5 seconds. The only time there is no limit of how long a hug can last is when your friend is upset or they are moving and you won't be able to see them again for a long time.
Oh.
In fact, your friend is upset and they need a hug. Don't be the one to let go. Have them let go first. You never know how badly they need a hug. Apology hug, 5 seconds. but depends on how bad of an apology you're giving. This can be another situation where you hug until they let go because you're probably hurt and because they are probably hurt and upset. If you come up with any other situations that you don't know how long to hug for, ask me. Or just think this: what if they were giving you a hug?
I'm giving you my personal number. Call me at any hour to ask me how long to hug for.
This is the mayor of Quora.
This is a 6-year-old answer, but I do think we must come up with a situation.
She's still getting calls. Wait, just ask for her number. Be like, how do I contact you to ask about the hug?
Okay, Krista.
I've got a hug emergency.
Many, hug questions to ask you. Where can I best contact you?
Okay, yep, send that out.
All right, Krista.
This is
let
somebody
us know.
with 2 decades nearly of hug experience, and you can tell.
Well, now even more.
This is going to be the one that gets us banned from Quora.
Do not hit on Krista.
Krista's better than that.
Do you do personal hug seminars?
Now we're now just
yeah, I think
double
just the
checking this is not a child. Okay, great.
No, I'm looking at her experience. She went to school at the college and university.
Okay, yeah, I went there.
That checks out. That checks out.
She might be a
Go
fake
college.
go school.
Fighting use.
Let's go mascot. Yeah, she might be just not a real person because she knows about human behavior. Apparently, that's one of her top subjects.
Yeah.
Just seems fishy.
I guess if you are a psycho who is counting your hug seconds,
yes,
just like make sure to not audibly do it while you're hugging someone.
Oh, does a pin count as a hug?
1, 2,
2,
3.
Because you need a full
4,
5
okay.
count for those, or full 10 count.
That's a good.
And that's at the ref's discretion.
Sure, if you're like wrestling.
Yeah.
Did you do wrestling? Am I making that up?
I did wrestling in high school, but they don't have a 10 count for that. If you touch the bag at all, you lose.
Yeah,
So-
the ref blows his whistle, and you have to explain that you're in mourning. or
You're
something.
out of here.
No, I just got a present.
I would love for the ref to yell, "You're out of here" when you get pinned to a high schooler.
Get him out of
It's the
here!
bricks.
Someone answered Krista's answer and said these answers can actually all be false in some cases.
What the fuck?
I have friends who I don't tend to hug for very long. Wow. While some others I hug a longer hug is pretty commonplace.
You know,
Dangerous.
tell her to back off.
Yeah, come on. Krista knows her
Krista
stuff.
knows what she's talking about. She's been doing it for 19 dang years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if anyone else has specific numbers because I do think that that's really funny to me.
9 seconds.
Yeah. So Michelle Lynn says, I suppose around 9 seconds or more, which
Useless.
misunderstands.
At least 9 seconds.
Thanks,
Some
Michelle.
will try and let go before 9 seconds is up. Do not let them.
Those are not your real friends.
She said, really close friends hug longer than people who are, quote, just friends. People who are just friends usually hug a person for 6 seconds or less.
Oh, dang. I got to write these down.
I know.
I got to get these numbers ready.
All right, well, that's that question.
I learned a lot today.
Let's move on to parenting. Or parenting segment.
Quaranting. No, that's the bong.
That's
enough.
There we go.
We're here
All
live at Quaranting, your number one Quora parenting questions.
Now, most of Quora is like fictional. I think it's just people like making up situations where they're, my son breathed, so I murdered him.
Right,
What
sure.
should I do? But I don't know. Some of them are funny. So I like the wording on this one. It's probably not real, but it's my 16-year-old daughter said she just wants to be alone, and she keeps saying she wishes she had a door. What do? I am not giving her a door.
I've heard variations on this.
I am not giving her a door.
A normal one is like my 16-year-old daughter wants a lock for her door, and I
Sure.
won't give her the lock.
Sure.
A door is a different thing.
I didn't have a lock growing up on my door. I don't know.
Girls, you need a door.
You got to have a door.
Open it. You can't live
What
like
kind
you're
of silver
recording at
spoon,
crack.
snobby kid are you going to raise? If they've got a door, they're opening
true.
and shutting. They got to work. You got to teach kids to work for their door.
My house is an open floor office, like a modern content farm.
You got to be able to make contact at all times.
Yeah. My children and I squat in an artist's loft.
You give your kids a door, and they're closing the door on Christ's message.
That's so
There you
true.
go. Yep.
I'm always saying that. as a Jewish man.
If you want to raise your kids right, not only do they have to sleep in full view of you, but they have to piss and shit right in front of you. No doors anywhere in the house.
I think they should compromise and get beads. Get her a bead door.
That's fun. That's fun. Kind of retro hippie thing.
Yeah.
It's like a bong shop or something. Every time you go in the room.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I knew people who had bead doors growing up, and they were the coolest people I ever met.
Oh yeah. Maybe a lava lamp.
Yeah.
Lava lamps get so hot.
Yeah,
Can we
they really
talk
do.
about that?
Please do, Alex. Go off.
They seem like they're more of a fire hazard than normal lamps. Maybe that's not true. Maybe I'm saying some stuff the fat cats upstairs don't want me to say.
That big
think-
lava lamp.
Lava is too hot to have in a house. And that's the final word.
I really hope you're not about to read an ad for lava lamp slash
wait.
Quorators.
There's a solution with an everyday product. All joking aside, if you are selling lava lamps, we will easily start doing ads for them in a heartbeat. I am not fucking around here.
All right. This guy, Yowery, says, firstly, you give her a door. Secondly, you get on your knees and beg for forgiveness for being a horrible parent.
Oh!
Thirdly, pray every night that once she's a full-grown adult, she doesn't cast you out of her life immediately. You fucked up by never giving a child privacy.
Why'd they stop counting?
I don't know.
Did this kid's room just not have a door in the first place, or did the parents take off the door?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it seems like the room should just have a door, right? Anyway.
What if her room used to be a kitchen?
Sure.
I lived in a room like that in college.
Did you not have a door?
I did, but it was like a big glass one you could see through.
I almost had a room without a door when I was a kid. I thought about moving into my attic when my parents finished it, and it would have just had a staircase.
Oh.
Which is kind of
That's a fun room.
It's kind of a door.
That is a fun room.
But I didn't do it.
That's like you live in a tree house.
Yeah.
Just sleeping up there with all the Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
Dad's fishing stuff.
Nice angular roof.
Oh, yeah. Get your kid used to living in a triangle. Big pyramid-shaped space. So this person, okay, to answer the question, he's not giving her a door. I'm assuming this is a father, maybe this is a mother. They're not giving them a door. The daughter's knocking on your door. That's the last thing I want to hear.
Sure.
I guess what you could do is move her to somewhere separated by stairs.
Beads.
Bury her in a hole. Put her in a hole. Basement daughter.
What about a changing screen?
Okay.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's a nice compromise, right? You can kind of see their silhouette, but so they have a little bit of privacy, but
Sure. Yeah, like a fogged shower door. So you could kind of tell if they're if they have a gun in there or something, you can tell from the silhouette, but
You can seal her in a well.
why do you want to murder this child?
I'm just giving options that don't involve a door.
What about just a fog machine at
That's
the opening
cool.
of the room? And so if
Yeah.
the kid needs a little privacy, you hit the fog juice, and then they have to pay for their own fog juice. Though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
She's in here somewhere and she knows what she did.
It's easy to get through, but you can't see. I like all these ideas.
Great work.
And
everyone.
it always smells like a haunted house in here now.
Just a bunch of dry ice at the bottom.
We're three guys who love to parent.
We all have 16-year-old daughters. Okay, we got one more segment. It's the police segment. 5 Quo. Hit that police siren.
Oh wait,
It's not a real police siren if you're driving. You're not really getting
not
pulled
a real
over.
police siren. This is just
Fear
part of the
not.
podcast. It's not an ambulance. It's just a podcast.
Okay, so this one is kind of like a mix between parenting and police, so I put it first.
Oh,
This question is, I have a gun and let my 13-year-old son borrow it for shooting practice. He took it to school the next day and threatened a bully. The police are now involved. Will disowning my son stop any charges brought to me?
I love this.
Okay, so he's got a gun. He let the 13-year-old son borrow it, And the son immediately took it to school and threatened his bully. And
he has
wants
to
be like,
sign it out. I have a logbook. He has to check the gun out.
I just love the legal response to like, I did not know he was like that. I thought he was cool.
he kind of sucks.
No more being a son in my house.
Yeah, the police are like, all right, that's your bad.
You're
No
a
biggie.
vagrant child now, and you're dangerous.
First thing, you take away the kid's door.
Is
Get a
this-
screwdriver, you take that baby off the hinges. No more door.
I'm sorry. Jeremy just scrolled very quickly past a large photo of a troll doll that said, I smell a troll. But I thought I just saw the troll doll and it was really jarring for me.
I don't think it is a troll. I think it's real.
I think it's real. I think this is a father.
I think this is a father who wants to know what to be done.
so
What can
hard
be
to-
done to not go to prison?
Social media, the way it is, you don't know what to do when your son does this.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much everybody is mad at the question asker. No surprise.
There's a guy who says it's due to parents like you that are the reason liberals are doing something. And I think that could be onto something like that.
Wow. Interesting.
Okay.
Damn, liberals are up to
But this
it
is like
again.
one of the like I'm a responsible gun owner
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I would never let my son threaten his bully. Only I would do it for him.
I would come to school with him with the gun and
Yeah.
threaten the bully.
Right.
Gun in hand, pointed at the floor.
Yeah.
Safety orange.
When you're 18, that's when you can start threatening people with
Right.
guns. When you're just a kid, brass knuckles, sock
Yeah.
full of pennies.
As the founding fathers intended.
You have to learn how
Exactly.
to have it in your waistband so you can just slowly pull up your shirt. You don't take out the gun. That's where there's trouble.
The gun has to be
Right, yeah.
revealed
You
next
just-
to your cum gutters.
Yeah, exactly.
You just stick it in the elastic of your PE shorts.
Yeah.
Then when he's hassling you out on the dodgeball field.
I'm very into the founding fathers' stance on bullies. I feel like this isn't discussed enough.
I mean, what was King George but the ultimate bully?
That's right. And what was the founding fathers if not a 13-year-old borrowing a gun to threaten him?
Listen, if you're out there on the schoolyard and some fat cat's trying to tax your tea,
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a lost page of the Constitution where Thomas Jefferson's like, so what? I like bigger women. I think that's fine.
Give me back my Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Those cost a lot of money, which now is around 25 cents.
Anyway,
so
yeah.
sometimes countries colonize you just because they've been colonized themselves.
That's right. Colonized countries colonize countries.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Empathy. Yes, radical empathy. Let's all practice it.
Louder for the listeners in the back.
Real eyes, real
Of the
eyes,
podcast.
real lies.
That's right.
colonize.
You know so many good Tupac quotes.
Well, I read a lot of demotivational posters, or I guess motivational posters. Is what I want to say.
Yeah, it's inspiring.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody thinks this is a fucking troll, and it's a lib,
bad.
and the Democrats have infiltrated America's gun club. So Quora.
Quora isn't as cool as it used to be.
This is Joe Biden. Joe Biden is trolling us.
Joe Biden personally wrote this question.
Triggered Mac.
He thinks that his son is 13, but it's Hunter Biden.
He thinks
Sure.
it is 1972 and his son is 13.
Hunter Biden threatened Donald Trump Jr. with a gun, and Joe Biden was like, "What do I do?"
This would be a good job for Hunter, though. Like
Yeah.
Hunter, give him something kind of low stakes. Like make him the guy who plants the liberal message on Quora.
I've been saying this every week, but he is the dream guest for the podcast.
Alex really wants to have him on
Right.
our podcast.
Nobody speaks to me more as like internet street knowledge than Hunter Biden.
Right.
He seems like he
And
solves questions.
You know that within the year, the guy's going to have a podcast, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It could be politically related. It could just be like him and his friend from college recapping Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah. He'll
yeah.
somehow get like
And yeah.
celebrities on.
Welcome to Hunter Biden's Office Recap Podcast,
He's like the fifth one.
where I guess what happened over there.
It's still bigger than Kevin's.
Join Hunter Biden and Jenna Fisher as they recap.
Their favorite moments from Scranton's wackiest
That's really
workplace.
funny. He's just
Hunter
doing-
Biden got Dak Shepard. And they just got into it. It wasn't like a traditional interview, but it's like they just talked, you know?
That's really funny. He gets Jon Stewart on before Marin does. Okay, I got another question for us. This question is, I lost the cops in a car chase. My car doesn't have a plate. Am I fine?
First of all,
fine.
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, man.
You're good, dog.
It's cool as shit.
Keep driving, dog.
I imagine he's driving and he's texting this to Quora while he's getting
I think
away.
I've lost them.
I hope you are searching on a burner laptop.
Right. I've looked up and my star meter seems to have gone down.
Make sure to turn Google off before checking with Quora that you've escaped from your crime.
Jordan, do you think that this guy is being arrested, or do you think he's going to be okay?
Yeah, I mean, I think check his question history.
That's what I'm
Like,
trying to find.
if his next question is like, how do you make wine in a toilet? He probably got caught.
It's unfortunately extremely hard to find the question asker for some reason on Quora. Like, they really make you scroll. But I want to figure out what this person's next. Oh, here. Oh,
What are the most realistic wigs?
I scrolled so far to just says question by anonymous. This guy is he's
bummer.
so committed to being off the grid.
He's
He
off
doesn't
the
even have
No,
a
this
license plate.
dude knows his shit. This guy, like, yeah.
No license plate, no Quora account.
You don't think they're gonna check the Quora account? This
guy's a
first
ghost.
thing the feds go for.
Or cops are just going to start going after every anonymous Quora poster.
I think he's gonna.
I
be
know you
fine.
asked, can a man fuck a snake? But you're clearly that guy who led us on the car chase.
Pull off your pants. We want to see the bite marks on your crotch to see if you tried. So it says, as long as they didn't see you, they can't prove you were driving, even if it's your car. What?
They can't prove you were driving.
My brother has ran from the cops plenty of times and has had his real plates on. Cops don't actually look for you after you run unless you're a criminal.
You are a criminal. You're
Yeah,
running.
You're in a car.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's maybe the move to get a plate for the car, and then
Yeah. That's
and
a
then you
great
can just
idea.
kind of cruise around because they're probably looking for a car with no plates.
Yeah. Get it, paint it, get new plates. They'll never
You can get a
find
really
you.
like funny personalized one. So they're like, I would have remembered that.
No, that can't be him. It says "Boys Are Us" on it.
Ass man, like that Seinfeld episode. Oh, hilarious.
I would have known if we were chasing a Seinfeld fan. It can't be him.
We're looking for
I'm
dollar bill.
I'm a huge
sign
Seinfeld
daddy.
fan. I'm quoting it all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not really any answers outside of just like, yes, you were going to be arrested. I love the idea that he posted on Quora. It's just a funny place to ask.
I think he got away.
I think he did too. I think we'll never know, really.
Could be you or I.
It could be. It could be Alex.
It's not me.
Um,
Never.
Yeah,
done
none of us are in jail. So
I'm innocent.
I got one more question. This is our final one. If you were given a gun, then held at gunpoint to kill many others, or else you and your family would be killed if you refused to do so, what would you do? Would you be criminally charged if you fired any shots under this duress?
many others. That to me, I don't know why that is the funniest way to word that. To kill many others.
This is so obviously a fantasy of this man who's just like, I have to kill many others.
Oh no, yeah.
I remember they asked us this question in religion class when I was 12.
Well, what'd you say?
They were like, Al Qaeda breaks in here and he makes you go sicko mode. Do you do it?
I feel like you joke, but like knowing people who have been to Catholic school, I do feel like a lot of people were like, what if someone puts a gun to my head and makes me masturbate? Will
I am
go
not
to hell
joking.
then?
This
Right.
did happen.
really?
Yes. When we were looking at it in the doc, I was like, this one's not funny. They asked me it in class.
Wait, so what was the context?
The context was 9/11 had just happened.
So they-
and they were like, yeah, these kids are freaked out and I'm a psycho.
So they
I
were
can do
like-
whatever I want in here.
What was the answer?
Oh, the answer was you're supposed to let them shoot you in the fucking brain.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And go to heaven.
And go to heaven. It's a religion class. Check it out. Kind of teaches you, I guess, what you do when Al Qaeda kidnaps a 6th grade class.
And makes them do 9/11.
I do know what happens if someone holds a gun to your head and forces you to masturbate. Come harder than you ever have in your life.
There's a lot of videos that cover
To the
this
point where
ground.
nothing else compares and you're just bored sexually for the rest of your life.
All right, well, that's the answer.
There's
I
not
think.
a court in the country that'd charge you for that.
Yeah, you go to court and everyone just starts clapping. The judge stands up.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Ropes.
Well done, sir. You had to masturbate.
Did you bring the jar of hot glue?
I just want to say, not to make a crass joke, but I do think that 9/11 would be a little cuter if it was done by a class of 6th grade Catholic school children.
Oh, yeah, they all wear the little uniform?
If it was you and your buddies, Alex.
Sure.
Be a whole
9/11 babies with a Z.
Put it on Quora Plus. All right. Should we ask the Quora? What do we want to do? Do you want to read more of these
Look for
answers?
9/11 babies on Apple TV in 6 months.
Everyone says that you would go to prison.
You would go to prison because you loved to commit the crime. Our question.
Do you have a question?
Our question.
Jordan, do you have any questions you want to ask Quora and see if they'll have answers for us?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, let me I mean, how about this? Like what do you want to see out of a Quora TV show? Let's just use this as a focus group. Let's like meet back here in a couple weeks for like another brainstorming session.
Yeah.
Let's kind of use some of this info. And
We're
like
never
let's
gonna hear from this guy again.
Put this out
He's
in
gonna
testing.
ghost us.
It's in my calendar right now. Meet back. Check the Quora answers.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
Of course.
And if I like get really busy, we'll reschedule.
Guys, seriously, call my assistant if I don't get back to you. I really want to make sure this works out.
I mean, the holidays are kind of crazy, so it might have to be like summer of next year, but like
It's unrealistic to expect the emails to come back from November to January, but after that.
Right.
All right, so get that going, type that up. That's going to be our question for the week. Meanwhile, this has been Quorators. Jordan, thank you again for coming on. What would you like to tell our lovely listeners about this week?
oh my gosh, thank you for having me. So fun. Love the show. It's hilarious.
man.
Y'all are great. Hey, if you're listening to this and you think you might like to read an upcoming graphic novel written by me and illustrated by the great Bowen McGurty, we've got one coming out next year. It is called Youth Group. It touches upon some of the themes we've talked about today. It is a YA horror comedy about a bunch of goofy teenage exorcists. There's laughs, there's spooks, there's a little bit of romance.
And there's a
There's
tapeworm,
the
I'm
power
sure.
of friendship. It's super fun to do. It's called Youth Group. It is you can pre-order it wherever you get your books. You can do that on Amazon, you can do that at Barnes and Noble, your local indie bookstore, or go to bit.ly/youthgroupbook. It's super cool. I'm excited for folks to check it out.
Yeah,
Check out
sounds
Youth
great.
Group Book. We got the link in the comments. And by comments, I
cool.
mean whatever the description of the thing you're viewing this on is.
Yeah, we'll put it in there.
And that's where thrills are. That's going to be us for another week. If you would like more of our show, every Thursday there's a whole nother episode where we go on other websites like TikTok.com, Reddit,
Patreon.
Facebook, and that's on patreon.com/Quorators. We'll see you there, and we'll see you here next Monday. Bye, motherfuckers. Bye.